Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of the Men of Yoshiwara Kikuya, or Gyakuten Yoshiwara. We are on Iroha-san's second season, and this is his last chapter. I'm getting a bad feeling. I'm not sure if this is the super happy ending or the regular happy ending, but we shall see. So just sit back and let me read you a story. The banquet ended, and we returned to our normal life.
Today seems like it'll be another busy day.
Yes. I went out to the storefront with Iroha-san, and we bathed in the sunlight. His beautiful black hair reflected the light and shined. As I watched this, I started to wake up. Finally, our days of peace have returned.
Alright, this will be delivered to...
Will you deliver this? I heard a voice from behind me. It was the voice of a man, and he sounded a bit cocky and annoyed. It felt like a voice that we knew. This is... Iroha-san looked up from the paper that had a delivery address written on it. Iroha-san and I looked at each other and nodded, and turned back. Why are you here? Maybe I should be saying as expected. The person at the center of the incident that happened a few days ago was coming towards us.
No reason. You can't say no reason. Explain it clearly.
Azusa-san pouted and looked away from him to try to escape. Iroha-san, what is it? I talked to Iroha-san, who looked dumbfounded.
Who knows? I don't even want to know.
Iroha-san also looked away from him, as if it could be a signal that he didn't want to see him.
I'm getting nothing but a bad feeling about this. So I want to pretend like I didn't see anything.
But we can't do that. How could we act like there was no one in front of us when there actually was someone there?
You might go somewhere by the time we come back from our deliveries. We have a lot of regulars to take care of today. So why don't we ignore him and start work?
So mean. I wish I could do that, but... When I glanced at Azusa-san from the corner of my eye, he looked at me with a pouty face. What are you guys whispering about?
I can't hear anything.
Iroha-san passed by along Azusa-san's side to prepare for work. Wait a minute.
I can't hear your voice.
Iroha, you act like an immature brat when Misao is involved. Iroha-san and I couldn't hear him clearly because he was mumbling. I nervously looked up at Iroha-san. An odd smile came across Iroha-san's face, and then he directed his gaze at Azusa-san. Azusa-san, why did you really come here? I panicked and cut into the conversation to change the subject. Iroha-san sighed to calm himself down.
Mother must have gone back. Did she leave you here?
No. Azusa-san said that bluntly, and then looked at me. What happened? I feel bad that I did a lot of bad things to you. And did you come here to say that? Thank you so much. I don't even care about that anymore.
Have you finished saying what you wanted to say?
Iroha-san interrupted us.
Then I will contact Mother to come pick you up soon.
Can you stop talking to me like I'm some lost child?
I decided to stay here of my own free will.
You said that you would stay here? Does that mean you'll live on this island?
Yes.
Perhaps it was because he was an ogre, but I thought it would be safer for him to stay with his mother.
I like you, Misao.
What? I didn't know what to say because it was just so sudden. I had noticed Azusa's feelings for me at Inari Shrine, but since then nothing really happened.
I said I like you.
I wanted to be close to you. That's why I decided to stay here. This is all so sudden. I have Iroha-san. My brain came to understand, and then my heart followed. Once I understood in my heart, I felt embarrassed by his direct confession.
And that's fine. I still like you. I'm not comfortable with this.
I'm not talking to you, Iroha. I guess he could talk to Iroha-san like that because he was his younger brother. Or perhaps he didn't understand how terrifying Iroha-san could be. As I listened to their conversation, it made me feel worried.
Misao.
Yes? He had a scary-looking smile on his face.
Tell him that you're not interested in a guy like him who brings nothing but trouble.
Isn't that a bit harsh? At the very least, he was Iroha-san's family. I wanted to treat him as a brother-in-law.
Now I really want to take him back to the mainland. Look, there's a ship to the mainland coming now. You should pack your stuff and go back. You're something else.
I saw Azusa-san's shoulders rise with anger.
What? If you want to defy me, then go ahead.
Iroha-san smiled fearlessly, and it looked scary.
Iroha, if you allow me to do this, I won't just do fortune-telling, I'll take clients too. There's no need for that. First of all, I'm not Kikuya's manager anymore, so I don't care.
What? You're supposed to be my older brother.
Yes, I'm supposed to be, but before that, I'm Misao's husband. I can't stand to have my life with my beloved Misao interrupted by some supposed entity.
Their argument became louder, and a crowd started to form around us. Please, lower your voices a little, you two. I was so embarrassed that I wanted to run away.
It would be annoying if rumor spreads that he's in love with my wife.
Iroha-san calmed down a little and straightened himself up.
By the way, why did you come to the island in the first place? Don't tell me that you came here to steal.
It was because I saw Mother's future. When I did, I saw that she didn't have much longer, and I thought I would like her to see the older brother I often heard about. I see. My heart felt warm with familial love, but Iroha-san sniffed his nose in a cold manner and crossed his arms.
What makes you think that the woman would die soon?
But...
Don't say but. Did you bring her to the doctor?
No. If they knew she was an ogre, it would be bad. And Mother hates going to the doctor.
I guess so. Perhaps she noticed.
So, what do you mean by noticed?
An ogre can't do fortune-telling for an ogre.
What? That's true? Iroha-san looked confident and brushed his fringe to the side.
That can't be. I won't believe it. I don't care if you believe it or not. Do what you want.
He probably felt sad because Iroha-san abandoned him. He cast his eyes downward while shaking his shoulders.
You're still a child.
Iroha-san, Azusa-san is very disappointed.
Did you forget just how much he hurt you at that time, Misao?
That was a long time ago.
You're a strange lady.
Azusa-san looked at me with an awkward expression on his face. I felt his heated glance, and I cast my eyes downward. Iroha-san may have felt his glance too, so he put strength in his arms as he hugged me from behind. Because you are like that, I want to be with you, Misao. Do you think I'll allow another man to be around her? It's not your decision, Iroha. It's Misao's decision.
You're stupid, aren't you? I'm telling you this before Misao rejects you, and you get hurt. You should appreciate me. Like hell I will.
They got heated, and their voices became louder again. Whenever they did, I felt people watching us with curiosity. Both of you, please, calm down.
Why do you think I can calm down?
Indeed, what are you saying? This is about our lives. Why did they both glare at me?
Listen, Misao's life is meant to be with me.
No, it's not.
Then why don't you try that fortune-telling thing that you're so good at? I'll allow you to touch her just this one time.
Iroha-san. Their conversation went on without me.
No. So you admit defeat then? Good.
Because he was certain of his victory, he embraced my body from behind. Please, we're in front of people.
He won't accept his loss until I do this. I don't accept it, but... You aren't even my rival. You're just annoying and in the way, so just give her up already.
I could hear Iroha-san's stifled laughter. Even if I didn't see his face, I could imagine it. The future is going to change.
That's ridiculous.
It will change. I'm going to change it. So I will do fortune-telling. Huh? After he said that, Azusa-san tried to take my hand. Iroha-san brushed his hand away.
What are you doing? Your time is up.
What?
You're really selfish.
Well, won't you two get back to work soon?
You're right. We should go back to our love nest and wash our hands first.
I'm going with you.
No, you're in the way.
I let out a large sigh. But my sigh was canceled out by the sound of their arguing, so they couldn't hear it. Iroha-san wasn't going to loosen his arms, and Azusa-san wasn't going to withdraw. When would my peaceful days come to return? Perhaps only God knows. Gyakuten Yoshiwara. Okay, so that was just the regular happy ending. But let's see here. Okay, there is a super happy ending, and I missed it. So give me just a moment, and I will do all of the options to get that. This video has only been 12 minutes so far, so I can add that in. Okay, now is his super happy ending. I'm so happy. After the incident with the thieves ended, we went back to our normal life.
What happened?
No, I just feel happy. I looked up at Iroha-san, who was standing next to me, and smiled at him. His black hair shined beautifully as it reflected in the sunlight. I couldn't help but stare at the beautiful radiance of his delicate white skin.
We finally returned to our normal, peaceful life.
Iroha-san's large hand covered my neck. Its warmth made me happy, and my heart started to beat quickly.
Gosh, these two! What are you doing so early in the morning?
It's been a while, so just let them be.
You say that, but still.
Before we knew it, the townspeople had started to gather in front of the store.
I'm so happy that I want to share my joy with everyone.
Iroha-san.
Jeez, he's got us beat.
The morning should be like this. The townspeople started to laugh amongst themselves. Iroha-san was supposed to be scolded by them, but he smiled and looked happily.
Jeez.
When I thought days like this would continue once again, it naturally brought a smile to my face.
Wow, you guys are noisy.
Iroha-san, you haven't changed at all. I thought you had learned something.
What are you talking about?
Iroha-san pretended like he didn't know what I was talking about, and he was still smiling. I give up. But you know, it's really embarrassing, right?
It's fine.
What do you mean?
Because you're cute when you're embarrassed.
Iroha-san! I raised my voice without thinking. How could he say those things without hesitation? I wondered if I would get used to it someday. I wasn't sure, but I thought that it was perhaps impossible.
Misao, the cherry blossoms are fluttering down.
Come to think of it, I guess we were too busy and didn't have time to look at them. When I looked up at the cherry blossoms, I suddenly felt a little worried. Once the incident came to a conclusion, the wedding discussions vanished at the same time. It would be close to impossible to organize it again at the same place and with the same people.
It's beautiful.
Yes. If I told Iroha-san about it, he would probably organize it by any means possible. I didn't want him to do that. I decided to keep that feeling in my mind.
Oh, you guys again?
When we arrived at Kikuya, Azusa-san was standing there looking like he was in a bad mood. Why are you here?
You were planning to get close to Misao, weren't you? I thought about it a little.
Azusa-san's cheeks blushed with embarrassment, and he looked away from us.
You should leave right now. You don't have the right to tell me what to do. I wanted to go with Mother, you know. I felt sad when I looked at her, but she asked me to stay here to train myself and raise my manly qualities. Oh, your family has some real troublemakers.
I laughed a little because it sounded like he forgot that he's a member of that family.
Also, I have a letter for you two.
I got the letter and read it right there. In the letter, she wrote that it's true that ogres were targeted, and she offered some advice. The ogre's gear.
What is that?
No, it doesn't have any deep meaning. It's just that a lot happened, like being wound to a gear.
I see, then we should cut the string at some point.
I slowly shook my head in disagreement with Iroha-san's words. If you're not an ogre, then you're not Iroha-san. We just need to be strong, right? I think we can do this with you.
I see, then I will keep loving you strongly.
Don't you guys feel embarrassed? I felt Azusa-san's cold gaze. Huh? Oh, I forgot you were there.
I can tell. I feel embarrassed looking at you, guys. If you feel jealous, then just tell me that. You aren't being cute, you know.
I don't need to be. Azusa-san said that, and then he went back inside the shop. And we also went back home. That night, Iroha-san formally called me out. Did something happen?
Yes, well, I received something that I had been preparing.
He then handed me a white box. What is this? Can I open it? Iroha-san quietly nodded. Wondering what it could be, I untied the string and removed the wrapping. I was captivated by what appeared inside.
It's a Western-style wedding kimono that I prepared for you. It's called a wedding dress.
Oh my! When did you prepare this?
In the middle of that incident, this was the only thing that I was preparing.
When I touched it, it had a silky texture that I had never felt before. It had intricate needlework, and it was studded with jewels.
I wanted to see your happy face on that day.
When Iroha-san said that, he looked kind of sad. Well, can I wear it now? With Iroha-san's sad face before me, I said that to him without a second thought.
Are you sure? It would be like a wedding with no one to celebrate with us.
Even if there's no one else to celebrate with, I have you, Iroha-san. I felt scared by how Iroha-san might react, so I cast my eyes downward and put my hands together. What was he going to say? I know you prepared this so that everyone could see it, but I think it's also fine for just the two of us to celebrate like this. It sounded like an excuse. I looked up to see Iroha-san's reaction, and I saw he had a full smile across his face.
If you say so, Misao. Then I want to see it by myself.
As I cast my eyes downward, Iroha-san combed my hair with his supple fingers. I felt happy that he accepted me, and my heart felt warm.
Will you change into this for me?
Please, truly make me your wife. Iroha-san's face turned red. I could tell he felt really happy. I wasn't used to wearing this clothing, but with great difficulty I finally got it on. How does it look? Though I wore Western clothes every day, it was embarrassing to wear a dress with an open chest.
Ah, it's really beautiful.
Iroha-san said it with a sigh, and it made me feel even more embarrassed. Don't look at me so much.
You said you would wear it yourself, so you can't say something like that, can you?
Iroha-san chuckled with pleasure and gestured his hand to call me over.
Misao, I like you so much so that it may make me a bad guy.
What did he mean by that? Not understanding, so I cocked my head to the side. Then I came close and sat down before him.
I mean, I don't want to show you to anyone. Like Azusa, I don't know who will try to get between us.
Oh no, I will always only love you.
I know, but it's just annoying.
Iroha-san put his arms around my waist and pushed me over.
I want to be the only one who can whisper my love to you.
While I was down, he put his face close to my ear and whispered,
Only I can whisper into this beautiful ear of yours.
Iroha-san's hot breath fell upon my ear, and it made my body shake. Then his face moved down, and his lips stimulated the nape of my neck. A sweet numbness came from my neck that traveled to my head, making my body shake.
This dress is dangerous.
Iroha-san pulled down the chest part of the dress. You'll wrinkle the dress!
Not a problem. I bought it. And?
My exposed chest instantly heaved up on its own. I felt nervous.
Only I can make your chest throb.
He put his lips onto my bosom and sucked them strongly. Ugh! As I became carried away by his kisses, Iroha-san's hand hiked my dress up. Iroha-san!
It looks like my whole body will fit in there.
What did he mean? As I thought about it with my unclear head, he licked my lips. His behavior made my heart beat rapidly, and then I realized what he was going to do. No, stop it!
Your body, seems happy, though, doesn't it?
Iroha-san's lips kissed every region of my body. Iroha-san's big hands then felt up every nook and cranny of my body. Iroha-san. Unable to think anything with my lazy head, before I knew it, I was gripping his arm for dear life. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to follow his movements. Iroha-san? He suddenly stopped moving, and we looked at each other as our bodies became one. Iroha-san smiled a little and then gently kissed my forehead.
I love you, Misao.
As soon as he said that, he started to move his hips, and it made me quiver deep inside my body. I love you too. My body was penetrated by Iroha-san, and my body trembled with joy. Maybe because of that, a tear rolled down the corner of my eye. Gyakuten Yoshiwara. And that's the super happy ending. So let's go ahead and finish this all off with Iroha-san by going to his sequel. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and look at the gallery. No, we do still need one more image from his sequel, so we'll do that and then we'll go back to the gallery. So, sequel, the sequel to the story.
It's quite brave of you to invite me out.
One afternoon, while I was working, a man came to me saying he was on an errand from Kikuya. Since Misao is a kind girl, she kindly sent me on my way, even though I was in the middle of work.
I know you're working right now, but this is the only time that we're free. I'm well aware of that, so why do you want me to go there?
There were 6 men. They were sitting apart, but I didn't think something like this had happened before.
We're thinking of planning a wedding for you and Misao.
Takeo said that as he drank some sake that had been prepared.
You guys?
This was a rare sight. In the world of Yoshiwara, they tried to bring each other down to rise to the top. But here they were, saying they would come together and celebrate.
Don't get us wrong, okay? Everyone just wants to see Misao wearing a white dress. It must be very beautiful. And it's not a bad plan for you too, Iroha. What do you think? Well, I'm very grateful. Then can you talk to the manager to push things forward? No, it's okay. I'm sorry, but we already held a ceremony for just the 2 of us. What? Just the 2 of you? That doesn't sound like Iroha, though. Then why don't we just do a reception? That's okay. I'm going to keep the sight of her in a wedding dress just for myself.
Everyone stared at me with looks of disappointment. I felt bad when they looked at me like that, but it can't be helped. That's just how crazy I am about her.
But I'm really happy that you guys were thinking of me. Can we drink some sake together here? Why does celebratory sake taste so delicious? Misao rarely drank sake, so I also didn't drink sake these days. But I keenly felt that it's nice to drink from time to time. There were empty bottles rolling around the floor of the parlor room, and half of the men were leaning up against the wall or laying down on the floor. I want you guys to drink with me to the end, but you guys are so weak. The rumors that you drink like a fish are true.
Kagero looked like he was about to pass out, and he could hardly speak. Kagero leaned on the wall and tried to keep himself from falling over.
Kagero, you don't need to push yourself. Just lay down.
Since he had been training his body, he seemed to be a sore loser.
How can we get you drunk? I want to get you messed up. Even if you prepared a barrel of sake for me, you wouldn't get me drunk. If I made them drink any more than this, then they wouldn't be able to work at night. I felt I wanted to drink more, but I decided to leave. Well, I'm going back to Misao now. Let the top gentleman over there pay the bill. Everyone wanted to say something, but they were really drunk, so they probably can't talk now. I then looked at them and left Kikuya. I'm back.
Welcome back. Did something interesting happen to you?
No, I was just thinking if someone wanted to get me drunk, it's easy to do so. Misao quizzically cocked her head to the side. It's natural for her not to understand. But that's fine. I probably reek of alcohol, though. I scooped up her chin and kissed her soft lips. I've been struck by a deep feeling of intoxication. The core of my brain is smoldering, and I just can't stop wanting her more. Though confused, she desperately tried to receive my kiss. Her reaction was adorable, and I wanted to kiss her even more intensely. Geez, I just can't stop. Perhaps only my love of her is the only thing I will always drown myself in. Misao, I think I love you too deeply.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
After enjoying the look of surprise on Misao's face, I pushed her over. Gyakuten Yoshiwara.
Oh, that was a really short sequel. But that officially does it for all of Iroha-san's story that is available. I don't know if they'll be doing updates later, because apparently these sequels and stuff, I think they were updates at some point. Oh, but there are extra things later, and I'm going to do all of that stuff after I finished all the guys. So there will be a little bit more extra material on all of them at some point. Anyway, next we're going to do Tokiwa. Go through his story. So I hope to see you in some of my future videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show your support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye, everybody.